Action! Where should I start? My name is Zoltan. Just call me Zolly. All my friends call me Zolly. Okay. Um, I'm from Hungary. Left long time ago the country though. I'm working in the gaming industry since I was 20. Started as a croupier. That job helped me to travel around the world without paying for it, seeing things without paying for it. I was starting university and I needed to make money for it on the side, so I was planning to work and study in the same time. And actually, it's funny, I would have got a good job. I started as a sommelier, like in a wine cellar. They hired me because that time I spoke 3 languages, which was very handy. And I worked one day, and my friend called me and said, "Listen, there's a interview for a casino job, and they train you up to be a croupier. I'm gonna do it. You wanna come with me? You wanna do it with me? We can go to the cruise ships with that job, and we can go around and make some money." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds good." I didn't know anything about casinos. All I heard is the croupiers making good money, and I said, "Oh, let's try it." So I went for the interview, and then I went for the training. They trained me up, and I started to work in a casino. Money was good, but did I have time to study? That was a big problem. So I decided to postpone the university and try to get a job somewhere abroad, get a job on the ships, and I do a few contracts, so I'll save some money, and then I can do the university without working on the side. The plan was making money and then come back, but when you're there, you just, oh my god, I want to see this, I want to see that, I want to go there, I want to go on this ship, I want to go that ship, I want to see this part of the world, and plus it's not that easy to save money. People say, "Oh yeah, it's very easy because you don't have expenses, you don't have to pay taxes, you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to pay for your food, nothing." But it's not like that. When you're in the port, you're outside, you spend money. It's a relief. Basically, the ship is like a prison, a floating prison, I used to call it. And you're always on duty. It's a 24-hour duty, yeah? You're never off duty. Even if you're not working in the casino, you have side duties. They can call you anytime. If the ship gets into trouble or starts sinking, you have duties. Yeah, so when you get out of the ship, you just want to spend your money, and because you get cash, you have money in your pocket, so you go shopping, and it makes you happier. When you go back to the ship, it doesn't matter what you bought, even if it's a CD, it just makes you happier. You go out eat because you're tired of the ship food, so you go to restaurants, you eat a lot, and plus you drink a lot. That comes with the casino, but later on we'll talk about that one. So October I came to England. Yeah, 2007 October. Had a girlfriend here, and she asked me to come, but we broke up the day when I bought my ticket. But I still came because I had some friends from the ships who lived here already, so they asked me to come, and they sorted me out. I can live with them, blah blah blah. So I needed a job. Did I really want a casino job? But just couldn't find anything else. It's hard to get a job when you have a CV and it's saying you work in a casino as a croupier. It's not good for anything. I mean, it's good probably in hospitality, just because it's kind of hospital, especially the ship life. Now I tried. I said, let's do the casino and see what happens. So in Gala Casino, I had an interview. They hired me, but they said I need this gaming license. So they said it's gonna take a couple months. When they pay for it, when it's ready, they give me a call. In the meantime, one of my friends introduced me to Gotcha. That time, that was the only poker club in London, probably in the whole England, very famous. And I went there for a table test, and they hired me. So I started to work there. I was on Clerkenwell Road, near to Old Street, northeast London. Yes, that was the only place. There was poker you could play in the Victoria that time, nothing else. So we were always busy, always packed. I loved it. Probably the first, since the only place I love to work. I love to go in, and I worked many hours. I worked 10 to 15 hours a day. Sometimes I worked every day, but I didn't mind because the money was good. There's good environment. People were funny. I learned a lot about poker. I thought I knew poker. I learned the poker on the ships in 2004, and I was dealing it. Then I became a poker supervisor, trainer. I was training up dealers on the ships. But when I came to London, I started to work in Gotcha. I realized I don't know nothing about poker. So it took me some time to get into it and to become a good dealer. Now I can say I can do anything. I can deal any game. I don't get any surprises anymore. I don't feel scared to sit on any table dealing to any high-class poker players or poker pros. So what I try to say is, if there's a famous person on the table, like a poker pro, everyone knows about him, you get a little bit nervous. You don't want to do mistakes. You want to be professional. You want to do properly your job. And this is exactly when you make mistakes, because you get nervous. You do mistakes. Funny, I was working in Gotcha, then I received my gaming license. So I was ready to go to the casinos, but then I didn't want to. Poker was better. I didn't want to deal any more other games, and the money was really good, so I didn't want to leave. So Gala didn't ever call me back. So they paid for my gaming license. They never reached me, never called me again. There's a big difference between poker and the other games. When you're on blackjack and roulette, you're the house. People play against you. There's a massive difference. While on the poker table, you're just someone who just
deals cards.
Yeah, you just in the middle. You deal cards. You sort things out. Like you're an agent between two players. You know what I mean? But they have nothing to do with you. On roulette, blackjack, and all the rest of the games, they play against you. So they hate you, they love you, but most of the time they hate you, So, can't make that friendship with a roulette player than with a poker player. Yeah, because even if you're friendly with the roulette player, if you start losing, he's gonna hate you. Yeah, basically, you don't have a supervisor. Like roulette, blackjack, dice table, you have a supervisor who can correct you. So when you're a training dealer, they still put you on the game because there's a supervisor who watches you and correct your mistake. But when you're on the poker table, no one's there. No one's watching you. No one corrects your mistakes. So the players could do it, but they got fed up with it at one point because they want to concentrate on the game. They want to continuous good flowing game. They don't want interrupt. They don't want to tell the dealer every hand what to do. They don't want the dealer to turn the cards up when the dealer not supposed to. You know, it's annoying. I can't play with the trainee dealer on poker. Can't play. I just stand up. I leave. The game is slow. There's a lot of argument. There's a lot of ruling. It's just terrible. No one wants that. No one likes that. Poker is much easier. It's more relaxing. You're sitting on the table. You just give the cards out. If you know what you're doing, if you know where to push the pot, you're never gonna have a problem. If the dealer is good, the mistake what the player makes, the dealer corrects it immediately, so it's not gonna go really wrong. Well, when the dealer makes a mistake and the players don't see it, it could go really bad. Like, you know. Well, if the player makes a mistake, you can stop the game immediately if you're a good dealer. And then you can turn it back or reverse it, or come up with a solution. And now every casino's got poker room and people going there instead of clubs. Empire, London clubs, Leicester Square. It's pretty big. Owned by Americans now. We have a separate poker room, which they asked me. I was still working in international, and when they asked me, the boss, the manager knew me. He used to work in Gotcha, and he asked me to come over and help to run it up, run the place up, because before that only croupiers were dealing poker. They didn't know. They weren't trained up. They didn't really know. They didn't really care what's happening. So players didn't go there because the dealers were crap. So he asked a few professional poker dealers to come over and help out, just run it up. And many of us went from international, or probably all the dealers were from international. And I'm the only one left. Still there. I was working part-time only 2 days a week, 1 day a week. But when international closed down, I went full-time there. When I came to London, the crowd who played poker, they were businessmen, rich people, played for fun. Not only rich people, but most of the people played for fun. They didn't come to the club to make money. You couldn't call that time anyone a professional. Nowadays you call a professional poker player someone who makes money out of it, who support himself with his poker winnings. He doesn't have a job. I think that's what poker pro means. That time I didn't know anyone. People just came there to have fun in the evenings. Obviously wanted to make money, but it was more gambling involved than skills, I think. Especially with these city boys and movie producers and whoever was playing the older generation. So in 5 years, if you see the the players getting younger and younger, nowadays, as soon as someone is allowed to come to the casino, 18 years old, he comes and play. So, and then a lot of people make money out of poker. A lot of people quit their jobs and play poker only now, like 8 hours a day. Many. So, like now in our poker room, it's all because of TV. It's all because they started to record the World Series of poker, and then people see, you can make so much money playing poker, and it's just a dream, I think. And then everyone tried to do that. And not all poker pros can stay on the top. Not all of them gonna do this forever. At one point they're gonna lose their money.
It's temporary. Yeah?
It's temporary. I mean, you have like downhill, uphill. People go. There's not many poker players who can stay on the top. Can manage to make money every month after month. It's so many. I've seen so many of them. They had a big dream. They were gonna be a poker pro. They were making a lot of money, and then they disappeared in a couple of years time, you don't know where they are anymore. Probably they'll get back to their normal lives. My point of view is, I don't make. You rely on tips, yeah. That's that's your salary basically. The tips in poker. I don't make any more tips. I mean, I still make tips, but not even close to what I used to make when people were playing for fun. When people had jobs, yeah, they didn't mind to tip good tips, tip more the dealer. Nowadays, the poker pro, you can't afford to tip, you know. They don't. Young kids, they don't tip. Yeah, they don't know. First of all, they don't know they can tip. Second, they try to make money here, so they don't. They can't tip as much as people who just play for fun. So that's a big difference. From my point of view, I'm really thinking to quit this because it's not worth it anymore. Funny, the more experience I get, the more money should I earn. I should earn. And instead, the more experience I have, the less money I earn. So I don't. It's not fair. You lose your appetite for the job. You lose, interest in the job. That's for me. It's a big difference. What happened in poker in the last 5-6 years. People who don't know about it, they say it's cool. It's the same as casino. I used to say I'm a croupier. They're like, wow, because it's something far from many people. Something like ships. It's like a dream. But oh wow, you work with ships. It must be nice. See a lot. You see a lot. You see the world. You see a lot of things. But they don't know it's actually hard work. And so many people, Scandinavians, move to England because here they don't have to pay like winning taxes after the winning. A lot of Americans moved here because they can't play online anymore in the States, and it just got really big because of they started to show it on TV. That's the only reason it got really big, and that's the only reason it came to Europe, and every country started to open poker clubs and started to play poker. I think it's much more people playing in the States, but it's more people living in the States. You know what I mean? Vegas, when you go to a poker room, it's massive, it's big. Many people live there, And the way they see poker, I think, is different from us Europeans. But it's only because they have it long time now. Yeah. So I don't know much about online poker. I never played online. I think it's boring. It's boring to sit in front of the screen. Well, for some people, it's a good opportunity to make money. If you're good and if you learn how to play online. If you have money to burn, as long as you have money to burn, you can have fun even you're addicted. It's like cigarettes, man. You don't feel bad when you're smoking, when you're addicted to it. Well, sure, yeah. There are some people they go too far, but it's not really poker. I wouldn't say people addicted to poker. It's mostly the gambling tables, like roulette, blackjack, where maybe first time or first few times you go there to play for fun, but it turns into an addiction where you can't win in a casino. Yeah. So the more you play, the more you lose, and you just run after your money, and it's just sometimes you win, and then you get this feeling that I can make money, and then that's where the addiction comes in. You just can't get out of it, and then you lose more. I've seen many people like that. They just started for fun, and then they lost their lives in the casino. Very sad, but I don't think so. It's anything to do with poker. There are some people who lose a lot of money, but I never heard anyone killing himself or close to losing his house or cars or family just because of poker. Well, it's funny I'm saying that because when I was working in a casino, I was addicted to the games. And as soon as I finished, I went to a casino and played. I was on the table again. So now I'm saying I don't want to spend my free time on the table. But I used to do that. It was very painful as well. I think most of the dealers, 99% of the dealers, they've been there, they done that. They got a t-shirt. Some of them could get out, some of them still in. I'm lucky I was cured. I don't wake up in the middle of the night, I need to go and play roulette, because I used to do that. It's still more interesting than sitting in an office in front of the computer. You talk to people all day long, you're having jokes. It's not really a hard job, sitting all day, just do the cards, you get breaks every now and then. But the best part of it is you're surrounded by people. So yeah, I'm thinking myself, what else should I do? Can't sit in an office. You don't care that much anymore.
Yeah.
You don't give 100% anymore, and you can't tolerate as much as at the beginning anymore. That makes it hard end of the day. Like after many years, you just wanna get out. You don't wanna see players. No way. Just the beginning is not like that. But definitely you don't give 100% anymore. What they say in casinos and like roulette about the roulette dealers, they are on peak after 2 years. They are the best. They give the 100%. 2-3 years, yeah. Before that, they're learning, they're studying. When they get to 2-3 years experience, they're the best, yeah. And after that, they go down because they don't care anymore. Yeah, they just fed up. they don't give 100% anymore. London, I think everyone knows me. So, and I have this respect, I think, on the table. So whatever I say goes. They don't argue with me anymore. Plus, they don't check the pots or whatever. They trust me. They never question me anymore. If someone question me on the table, then 99% of the time another player gonna say, "Shut up, he knows what he's doing, yeah. Don't teach this guy, yeah." Yeah. I got it many times. I don't have to say anything. Just for other poker players, easy man, just let him do what he's doing. Yeah. If you know the game, easier to learn how to deal and you become better dealer, definitely. Every game, not only poker. That's why the game was flowing, yeah. I'm not saying it's only when a player knows what he's doing, yeah. It's the same as poker. If you know what's happening, you know exactly this guy gonna fold, you ready, you know this guy gonna raise, how much he's gonna raise, your head, yeah, it's like chess. You're always ahead in one step. If you're not a poker player, you don't know. If you're not roulette, if you don't play roulette, if you don't play no, roulette is different. But if you don't play blackjack, you don't know what the guy is gonna do. So you're gonna ask him on 20, you wanna hit another card? And he's gonna get angry, He's gonna slow the game down. Same as poker. If you know what's gonna happen, pretty much, then it helps your job. So if someone wants to be a poker dealer, I think you should play. And
if someone comes to you, let's say you meet someone you have never met before, the person has no knowledge, nothing about poker, and says, "What poker is? What is poker?" What would be your answer?
I want to come up with something funny. I think it's like it should be like a social game. yeah, brings people together, play together. And but in the same time you can make money. That's what poker is, I think. So I was on a roulette table on the ships, yeah, and dealing to these Americans, and there was a couple, an American couple. The husband was playing, the wife is just sitting and watching, yeah, and then the wife was bored or something. She just wanted to get involved somehow. She asked me a question. I said, "Do you know? I heard about this other roulette game. I just want to know what the difference is." What roulette game? She said, "This the American roulette and the Russian roulette. Yeah. So what's the difference?" I can't laugh. You know, I can't say like it's I just said the only difference is that on Russia roulette you can lose only once. American roulette you can lose more times. And then the husband started to laugh and said like, "Just shut up." To the wife, he said, "Just shut up." Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. Like, what's the difference in Russia?